Hello, my name is Kevin. Thank you for joining me for this 60-minute cabin fever busting practice. It's going to be quite slow, quite controlled, full body to help you find a bit of space to move a little bit, to breathe a little bit, and maybe relax a little bit. For this practice, it's going to be good to have a blanket, also good to have a brick. Not necessary, but always handy to have. We're going to start off kneeling, but if you prefer to sit cross-legged in Shavasana or easy seat, you can do that too. I prefer to kneel. I just find it more comfortable for my legs and for my hips. Come towards the back of your mat and have the tips of the toes right at the edge. And as you sit on your heels, you can sit in Dandasana or thunderbolt pose if you like. Another option is to sit into hero pose where you sit in between the heels if this works for your knees. The block can be used in between your ankles at the lowest level or the mid level to give you a bit of support and to prop the hips up. So sit comfortably, whatever that means for you. Close your eyes and let your hands rest on your lap. Hands are stacked, palms are facing up, and you can let the tips of your thumbs connect. Now that you've shut your eyes, can you relax all the little muscles that surround your eyes? And without changing it at all, just notice how you're breathing. Notice how the inhale follows the exhale. And notice that little gap between each breath. Let that gap be a little bit longer. We're going to practice a really simple breathing technique called box breathing. I'll explain this. We're going to breathe in a moment and it's going to last for 4 seconds. Then we're going to hold our breath for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, and then keep the breath out for another 4 seconds. So come to the end of your next exhale through your nose and then slowly start to breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Through your nose, breathe out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the breath out, so don't breathe in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Second round, breathe in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. And breathe out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the breath out. Last round, breathe in, all the way, pull the air in through your nose, fill up the lungs, and then hold it. Very gently through the nose, breathe out, all the way to the very, very end. And sitting tall, bring your hands into prayer. Your thumbs can rest against your chest. And lift the chest back into the thumbs so you feel nice and long in the spine. Take a moment to be grateful for your health, and to honor the fact that you've stepped onto your mat. And every time we practice yoga, we look after ourselves, but we also look after the people around us by nurturing ourselves and therefore everyone else that we love. Okay, so without further ado, blink your eyes open if they're closed, and your hands, bring them forward, zombie style. So really spread your fingertips out quite wide. You see, we spend a lot of time on our hands in yoga, and the wrist is always in extension, so we want to warm the wrist up and the muscles around the wrist. Very simply, open and close your hands. Just real simple. You might hear a bit of clicking, a little bit of popping as well. Just keep going. Doesn't have to be hugely technical. You're just exploring the full range of motion of the hands and the fingers. And now you're maybe going as fast as you can. And keep breathing. If you can, relax the face a little bit. You might start to feel the forearms begin to ache. The hands are starting to slow down, which mine are too. Just go as fast as you can now for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spread your fingers and now keep your arms straight, but take your arms overhead. So now we're flexing the shoulders. And this is really important because often when you sit down a lot, we're hunched forward. So let the arms be lifted. You can let your ribs flare a little bit, that's okay. Keep the arms completely straight though, and then start to fan the arms. Going quite slowly to begin with. And as you do this, find a pace that you can maintain. It doesn't have to be fast at all. A little bit of movement, bring the shoulders up and the hands behind the head. And as you keep going, notice where you feel this. So you might feel a bit of strength in the back of the shoulders and a bit of space in the front of the chest. Keep going, keep fanning the arms. Neck is long. Breathing is smooth. Now last 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put your hands down on the floor. Okay, we're going to crawl our hands forward into a child's pose. So just walk your hands forward, take your forehead onto the floor. If your forehead doesn't go on the floor, which can happen quite a lot, you can place the brick underneath your forehead and then bring your forehead onto the brick. Otherwise, your forehead is on the mat, palms are down, arms are straight. So that means the elbows, the forearms and the wrists are not touching the mat. The heels are really close to the backside. And you're trying to create a bit of space in the chest. Now, as you press the palms down, imagine like someone's going to try to lift your hands off the floor. And you're not going to allow that. You're really pushing the palms down, feeling a bit of space in the front of the body. Take 3 quality breaths here. And then look forward, keep the hands where they are, moving really slowly. Inhale, come forwards, your shoulders are directly over your wrists. Arms are straight. And then as you exhale, sit back again, let the head go down. And again, inhale, come forward, just shoulders go over the wrists. You haven't moved the hands at all. Exhale to sit back, head goes down. One more just like that. Inhale, come forward, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, sit back. Now this time, inhale, come forward, but as you exhale, let your hips lower down towards the floor. And you can lift your chest up. So we're essentially in an up dog, but on our knees. As you push the hands into the floor, let the arms be completely straight and then just look forward. How long can your neck be? Let yourself be like a giraffe instead of a turtle. So long neck, arms are strong. Notice how this feels to the lower back. And notice the difference if you squeeze your glutes a little bit. That means your bum. So squeeze your bum cheeks together, basically. Pull the belly button in a little bit. Take another breath. And then as you breathe out, sit back into child's pose. Bum towards the heels, head goes down. We're going to move and flow now. So inhale, come forward. Find the modified up dog. Hips down, look up maybe. And then once again, exhale, sit back into your child's pose, let the head go down. 3 more like that. Inhale, coming forward. Maybe the knees hover in your up dog. Push the tops of the feet down. Exhale, knees down, sit back. 2 more in your own time. The inhale will take you forward. You find your back, bring really strong arms. And then the exhale will take you back into your child's pose. Last one, moving with the breath. Inhale comes forward. And then the exhale goes back, all the way back. Nicely done. Walk your hands right back in line with your knees. Now, no one likes this next one, but it's really important for our feet. Because our feet are in shoes all day, which is like a cast for our feet. So walk your hands forward a little bit and just tuck your toes under and then sit back on your heels. Slide the hands back just in front of the knees. So already here, you might feel like this is enough for you. You might feel that stretch in the soles of the feet, the plantar fascia. So you can just stay here. We're looking for a 7 out of 10 in terms of intensity. So if this feels like a 7 for you, just stay here. If it doesn't, you can walk your hands a bit further back, and then maybe take the hands off the floor, hands can come into prayer. So you're taking a moment, weight off the arms, to open up the soles of the feet. And when we do standing postures, this is our foundation, our feet. And this is when you need your breath the most. Relaxing the shoulders. Just another 3 breaths here. Naturally, the heels want to slide away from each other. Keep the heels quite close. 2 more breaths. Take 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, blink the eyes open, take the hands onto the floor, walk your hands forward, untuck your toes. It might ache a little bit. Give the tops of the feet a little tap on the floor. Now with the tops of the feet on the floor, shoulders this time are over the wrists. So your arms are real straight, knees underneath the hips. Looking in between the hands, finding a neutral spine. In a moment, we're going to take a couple of rounds of cat-cow. First, stay here in a neutral spine. Take a breath in. And then as we breathe out, round the spine, pull the belly button in, push the floor away. On your next inhale, do the opposite. Merge the shoulder blades together, maybe look forward, let the lower back arch. And then as you exhale, once again, pull the belly button in, look towards the belly button, squeeze the glutes. Keep going like this. Inhale, find your cow pose, your back bend. All the back muscles begin to fire. Exhale, flex the muscles in the front of the body. Squeeze the glutes, chin to chest, spread the shoulder blades. 2 more times. Inhale, rolling forward to cow. Maybe you look up, explore the extension of the neck. And then exhale, flex everything, pull it in, push away. 1 more time. Inhale, finds cow. And as you exhale, take our cat. Now keeping the cat, tuck the toes under, sit back on your heels, and then as if there's a wall directly behind your bum, we're going to slide our bum up that wall. All the way up the wall, coming into a bent leg downward facing dog. Take a moment here to pedal the feet out on the spot. This is a really nice one to do after doing that little toe foot open up. I'm starting to wake up the Achilles, and also the calf muscles, the lower legs. Just find what feels good for you here. You just pedal the feet out on the spot. And my heels don't come to the floor, and maybe they never will, but start to straighten out your legs and push the floor away. Don't worry too much about alignment here. Just find strength in the arms and space in the back of the legs, and let the back be as long as it can be. There might be a slight round in the lower back, and that's okay as long as it feels okay for your lower back. I'm going to take a moment here. We're going to find a plank in a second. Look forward where you want to take your chest. Inhale, come forward to plank. And pause there as you exhale. Now you might notice that your hands are a bit too close to you, so feel free to walk them forward a little bit. You're in a full plank. You're pushing the floor away here, and you're looking down in between the hands. Plank is not just your arms, it's your whole body. So squeeze the glutes, pull the belly button in, axial extension as you push the top of the head forward. Take a breath in there. And as you breathe out, once again, come to downward facing dog. Now let's move and flow. Breathe in, come forward into your plank on the balls of the feet. And breathe out, down dog. 3 more like that. Breathe in, come forward. Strong arms. Breathe out to your down dog. 2 more in your own time. The breath in takes you forward. And the breath out takes you back. Last time, breathe in, come forward. And breathe out to downward facing dog. Great, stay in your downward facing dog. Keep the feet where they are. Imagine your arms, your legs, and your feet are your hands. Your hands, your feet, sorry. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Just starting to wake up the shoulders a little bit. All the way back at the back of the mat. And then let yourself fold here. There's loads of options here in our Uttanasana.
I personally enjoy holding opposite elbows, creating a frame. And then as you do that, imagine like you're trying to separate the upper arms, but the hands won't allow that because they're gripping onto the elbows. And if you have another variation of this that you like, it could be hold the back of the legs, Padangustasana, Padahastasana. By standing on the hands, you can do that too. I'll just take a moment here. If you want to move, you can do that. Swaying, be real gentle. Let the neck be long, let the whole spine be rounded. Now staying there for a moment, just let the fingertips come towards the floor. Arms are going to be completely straight, chin to chest. In a moment, we're going to roll up to stand, but the last thing to come up will be our head. We're going to do the roll up on the exhale. So stay here for a second. Chin is at the chest, neck is long. Keep the arms long, take a breath in. Slight bend the knees, and as you exhale, just roll yourself up to stand, or stacking one vertebrae at a time. And the last thing to come up is your head. And then once you're up, let the hands be by your side. Find Tadasana, mountain pose. Let the palms face forward and really reach the fingertips down towards the floor. As you do that, lengthen the neck and press the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Pull the belly button in, flex the abdominals slightly, squeeze the glutes, pull the kneecaps up so your quads are firing. So it may look like we're just standing, but all our muscles are engaged. Taking a couple more breaths here. Okay, blink the eyes open. Just relax your arms. Take a breath in here. Then do the reverse as we breathe out, chin to chest, and roll yourself all the way down. Once your hands come to the floor, inhale, take a half lift, but this time reach your hands back. So long neck. Exhale to fold. Do two more like that. Inhale, take a half lift, reach the hands back. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold. And one more. Inhale, taking a half lift. Exhale to fold. Nicely done. Bring the hands on the floor. Walk your hands forward into your downward facing dog. So pause there for a moment in your down dog. If you feel like taking a child's pose, this is a great time to do it. Otherwise, we're here for 5 breaths. And sometimes when you take down dog, you might feel relaxed, you might feel like you're getting energized, but just notice what you're feeling. It's not good, it's not bad, just be aware of it. And notice how you breathe through this experience. Okay, keeping the arms where they are this time. Take a breath in. Look forward as you breathe out. Start to walk the feet forward. All the way to the top of the mat. Finding a fold. Now inhale, let's find our half lift. Reach the hands back. Exhale to fold. Pause in your fold, take an inhale. Exhale, roll yourself up to stand. And this time, look up, inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky, let the hands touch overhead. And then thumbs to forehead, palms in prayer, exhale, fold down. 2 more like that. Inhale, take a half lift, reach the hands back. Your neck feels real long. Exhale to fold. Pause in a fold, take an inhale. Exhale, roll up. And look up, inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive down. 1 more round. Inhale, take your half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Pause there, take an inhale. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, reach up for the very last time. This time stay standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause there. Palms in prayer, chest is lifted up. Let the thumbs connect to the chest. Now we're going to practice a few standing postures. So look up towards the sky. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, take a half lift. As you exhale, fold, put your hands down, step your right foot back. So big step back with the right foot, right knee goes down, hands stay either side of your front foot for the moment, untuck your back toes. And then with the hands on the floor here, we're going to lift the chest a little bit. Tempting thing to do is to let the hips sink. Instead of doing that, press the top of the right foot down, press the left heel down, and feel like you're pulling the right knee towards the left heel and vice versa. Then bring both your hands on your front thigh and lift your chest up. This is where the blanket's going to come in really handy. If you find this is uncomfortable for your right knee, you can take the blanket, a little bit of cushion, and put it underneath your knee. Slide it underneath. If you don't have a cushion or a blanket, you can fold the mat over to create a bit of a cushion for your knee. With both hands on your front thigh, just lift your chest up. Okay, so our first rule, lunge. With the left heel underneath the left knee, this is fine. This is classic yoga. But if your knee feels okay and it's tracking your foot, your toes, maybe take it past your ankle. That way you start to open up the Achilles a little bit. Then from there, lean back a little bit. Again, press the top of the right foot down so the right knee almost feels light. Flex the abdominals. Keep everything here quite firm. You can use your right hand for a second to give your tummy a little tap. Check the muscles are flexed. And you're going to keep that, and then potentially, if it feels all right for you, hands up towards the sky. And pause in there. You're welcome to close the eyes if the balance feels okay. And as you reach the hands up towards the sky, check in with how the breath is. Give yourself 3 more quality breaths here. Find just 1 more full inhale. And as we exhale, place the hands on the floor, either side the front foot. Keep your right hand down. On your next inhale, take the left hand up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, you have the option to tuck the back toes and lift the back knee off the floor. As you push with the right hand, you're still on the sole of the left foot, but you're pushing the right heel back. And then feel free to look towards the top hand. I think it's good to look up and to explore the mobility of our neck. Even if you can't see your hand, like I couldn't for years when I first started doing yoga, I was so stiff. Still am a bit. You keep looking up. And eventually the neck will start to open up and it'll get really strong. A couple more breaths here. Find 1 more air breath. And then breathe out. Just place the hand down, lean forward, step the right foot forward as you fold forward. Inhale, take that half lift, reach the hands back. Exhale, fold, stay in your fold. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale for that half lift. Hands go back. Long neck, long arms. Exhale, fold, big step back with the left foot this time. Left knee goes down. Again, you can slide your blanket over. Make sure the kneecap is comfortable. Both hands go on the front thigh. Untuck the back toes. And then as you push into the right heel, hand stack. And when you're stacking the hands, you're using that as a little bit of leverage to maybe take the knee forward. So again, it can go past the ankle, potentially. I think this is really important because the Achilles can get real tight, especially when we're sitting a lot. Or if you wear heels, ladies, gents. That's a stiletto or any kind of shoe really, with a raised heel. Once the knee feels comfortable, press the top of the left foot down and then lean back a little bit, flex the abdominals. So one hip is in flexion, the other hip is in extension. If you did it on the other side, I recommend inhale, take the hands up. And pause there. So as the arms are reaching overhead, you're noticing what the abdominals are doing. And we're trying to protect the lower back by creating a little bit of life. 3 more breaths. Where are you creating space? Where are you getting strong? Another full inhale. And exhale, bring the hands down. Either side of the front foot. Left hand stays down this time. Inhale, take the right hand up. An option as you exhale, lift the back knee off the floor with the back toes tucked. As you reach up with the right hand, notice the space you might feel on the outside of the right hip. Really strong left arm, reaching with the right hand. A couple more breaths. Another full inhale. Then exhale, place the right hand down, step your left foot forward and fold forward. Inhale, take that half lift. Exhale to fold, stay in your fold, take an inhale. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, reach the hands up towards the sky. Stay standing as you exhale, take the hands into prayer. Okay, a bit of balance now. We may fall over, we may not. If you've got a blanket behind you, it's a good idea to slide out of the way. I'm going to try not to put our knee on the floor now. Okay, you might fall over, you might not. You ain't got far to fall. With the hands in prayer, thumbs can rest against your chest. Shift the weight over towards the left foot. Lift just a little bit the right foot off the floor. Then as you look at your left foot, that's going to help with your balance. A bit of proprioception, so body awareness. Maybe you start to take the right knee up, interlace the fingers the habitual way, the way that you always do, and then hug the knee in towards your chest, lean back a little bit. So with the knee hugging in here, we're trying to keep the chest lifted and compress the hip flexor. So stretching and compression equally important for healthy connective tissue. You might notice the left foot starts to wobble a little bit and your left ankle gets real strong. So keep the knee high as you can. Notice how high it is. Now let's practice some active mobility. Take the hands by your side. Going to keep the hands by our side. We're not going to take them overhead unless you really want to, you can do. Knee stays high, take an inhale. And as you exhale, extend the right leg out, flex the right toes. So your right leg now is as high as possible. And you might feel a bit of a cramp in your right quad. That is quite common. Take a breath in there. And then breathe out, swing the leg back, come into a warrior three, reaching the hands back. Point the back toes, lift the back leg as much as you can. Micro bend in your left leg. Hands are reaching back. Neck is long. Now, as you point the back toes, bend the left leg a little bit more. In a moment, we're going to step back. So take a breath in first, and then breathe out, big step back into a high lunge. Back knee off the floor, inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Then as we exhale, take the hands down either side of the front foot. Right hand stays down, inhale, left hand goes up. Pause there as you exhale. Looking towards the top hand. Starting to feel that strength in the legs, in the whole body. Another full breath in. And then breathe out, bring the left hand down as you step the right foot forward and fold forward. Breathe in, find your half lift. Maybe the legs are long too. Breathe out to fold. Pause there, take a breath in. Breathe out, roll up. Breathe in, reach to the sky. Stay standing, breathe out, hands into prayer. Roll the shoulders back, take a moment. Okay, moving to the other side. Shift the weight towards the right foot this time. Hover just a little bit, left foot off the floor. Get your balance first. I say get your balance, but it's a process, isn't it? We never really fully have our balance. We're always trying to figure it out. So with the left foot hovering off the floor, now take the left knee as high as you can, interlace the fingers the way that feels weird, and then hug the knee in towards your chest, real high. So you're pulling it in. You can look wherever's comfortable for you. Maybe you're looking at me. Or you can look at the floor. Sometimes if you look at something a bit closer to you, it makes it a little bit easier. And keeping the knee real high again. Notice how high it is. Try to keep it that high, bring the hands by your side. This is all hip flexor strength. Muscles we don't use when we sit a lot in a couch or a chair. So with the knee high, arms are going to stay by our side. Again, you have the option to raise them if that feels good for you. Take another breath in. And then breathe out, extend the left leg out, flex the left toes. And when you notice yourself shaking, sometimes you think, oh no, I'm shaking. I don't look very poised. But that's yoga, isn't it? Letting yourself shake a little bit and just going through it. Take another breath there. And then breathe out, swing the leg back, come into a warrior three. A little bit of a bend in your right leg, point the back toes, hands reach back. So a slight bend in the right leg because we want to use the strength of the leg as not just stretching the hamstring, but getting real strong in the right hip. Point the back toes. Long arms, long neck. Take another breath in. And then breathe out, big step back on the ball of the foot. Inhale, take the hands up. It's okay if you fell over, just go again. Then exhale, take your hands down. Left hand stays down this time. Inhale, take the right hand up. Pause in there for the exhale. Giving it the same time, the same attention you give the other side. One more full inhale. Then exhale, take the right hand down as you step the left foot forward and fold. Inhale, let's find a half lift. Exhale to fold. Pausing your fold, take an inhale. Exhale, roll yourself up. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Stay standing. As you exhale, take the hands into prayer. Okay. Inhale, take the hands up again. This time, keep the arms up. Exhale, find a chair pose. And we're pausing here. So, in a chair, bit underrated this pose. Very challenging, great for the legs, great for the arms. Really great for the determination. Looks like it should be easy, it's really not. Yeah, weight is in the heels, toes feel quite light. Take another breath, and then breathe out, place your hands down as you sit on your heels. Okay, now we have the option to practice a crow, or you can stay with a toe balance here. So options to stay with toe balance, or maybe hands go into prayer. With crow, the idea is to get strong in the upper body. So it doesn't matter too much how much the feet lift off the floor, as long as you're bringing weight into the arms and you feel like it's challenging for you. So put the hands on the floor. You might need to shuffle back a little bit. Take the knees really high on the triceps. And then from there, you're on the balls of the feet, look forward as opposed to looking at your feet. Press into the fingertips like you're gripping the mat. And maybe as you shift weight into the hands, the feet might feel light. And maybe one foot lifts, maybe the other foot lifts. Just a few breaths here. Take another breath in. And then breathe out, put the feet back down. Nicely done. Take your hands out in front. Reaching as far forward as you can go. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, put your bum down, but take your feet off the floor into Navasana. It's real common to fall back when you do that one. So keeping the hands real close to you and the knees are still going to stay high. Now from here, this is normally enough for a lot of people. Back's going to stay quite long. Check in with how the lower back is feeling. If you feel like this is good for you, stay here. You feel a challenge, you're practicing balance. If you don't feel too much in the lower back, it feels okay, and you feel like you want to go another variation, maybe start to extend the legs, potentially take the hands away. Flex the toes, maybe reach the hands forward towards the toes. Lift the chest up. Stay in there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put your legs down on the floor. Your poor legs. Take your hands behind you. Okay, from here, we want to do the opposite of what we've been doing. So we've been doing reverse tabletop, tabletop, now we want to do reverse tabletop. So bring the soles of the feet on the floor, let your knees be bent, legs roughly 90-degree angle, feet hip distance apart, and then bring the hands behind you, turn your hands out slightly. So that means there's a bit more space for the wrists to move. Hands right behind the shoulders. As you look forward, keep the chest lifted. Keep looking forward as opposed to looking back. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, lift your hips off the floor. So look at what you're lifting, which is your hips, heaviest part of the body. And then think about lifting the hips as high as the knees. So really squeeze the glutes together. And you feel a bit of space in your chest. Now as the chest puffs up, if the neck is feeling all right, option to look up, maybe look back. Let the neck be as long as possible. I prefer to look forward personally. I can see what I'm doing here. Just give it 3 more breaths. Another full inhale. And exhale, slowly bring your backside onto the floor. Let the legs straighten out. Come into Dandasana. Take the arms off the floor. Just give your hands a little shake. Okay, we're going to do the same thing again, but this time you've got the option, if you like, to take a reverse plank.
This means the legs are going to stay long, the heels are together. When the feet are together, try to keep the legs completely straight and we're going to push down for the heels. Doesn't matter how high you come up, do your best. So take your hands behind you. Yep. Palms down, lift the chest, take an inhale. And as we exhale, lift up. Point your toes. Squeeze the legs together. Again, as you push the floor down, maybe you look forward, you look up, or you look back. If you're looking forward, let the toes come towards the floor and really squeeze the glutes together. Find one more full inhale as you push. Exhale, slowly come down back onto the floor. Okay. Preparing for Janu Shavasana. This can be done with a strap. I prefer not to use a strap, and I'll show you how. This is just the way I figured out for myself. So, start off, right foot comes in towards you, sole the right foot on the floor. You plant it down. You can use the hands on the shin. Now, with the right foot on the floor, we're going to keep the left foot exactly as, but flex the left toes back towards you, and then bring the sole of the right foot on the inner left thigh. So, as both your sit bones are on the floor, try to keep your left sit bone in particular down. Not too important how close the outside of the right knee comes towards the floor. So it might be right up here, it might be touching the floor. Well, do your best. Externally rotate the left hip, so the left knee is moving towards the floor. The right knee. Flex the right toes out to the right and the left toes towards you. Bring both your hands either side of your left knee. Now, from here, micro bend your left knee. Right. Lift the chest, take an inhale. And as you exhale, crawl your hands forward. From here, instead of using a strap, what I like to do is hold the back of the calf. If you're wearing shorts or tight leggings, like I am, leggings, you can hold the back of the leg, back of the calf, and use that as leverage to pull yourself forward. Naturally, the back's going to round a little bit, but lead with the chest. So think about the crown of the head pushing forward as opposed to head going down. And if you like, depending on how it feels to the lower back and the outer hip, you can start to crawl or climb your leg. So you might hold the back of the ankle. Another option is hold the foot. You can take the right fingertips on the outside of the left foot, and the left fingertips on the inside. And then use that as leverage a little bit to pull yourself forward. Once again, notice what you're feeling. So a really nice thing to do towards the end of a class is to take some some forward folds. And as you pull yourself forward here a little bit, you might feel a bit of space in the right hand side of the lower back, the QL. And breathe into that space. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, slowly come back up. Nicely done. Okay, now we're going to take a little bit of a modified wild thing. So you can let your left sit bone come off the floor now. Let the right shin bone be fully down. Right hand goes behind us, palm on the floor, or maybe on the mat, but fingertips face back, a bit more comfortable for the shoulder. As the right palm pushes down, the left toes point, left hand reaches forward. Take a breath in. And find your inner ballet dancer. As you exhale, reach up, push into the right shin, push the right hand, sole the left foot down, reach the left hand back. You can look towards the left hand. A nice variation I like is to bring the palm onto the back of the head and then show the ceiling your armpit. Big lat stretch. Push the left elbow back, flex the left bicep. Take one more full inhale. And exhale, slowly come down. Okay, left hand goes down. I'm going to switch sides. So right leg out, left leg in. Sole the left foot on the floor again. As you flex the right toes, that means they're moving towards you. We're going to bring the sole of the left foot on the inner right thigh. Now, flex the left toes out to the left, like I've been saying. The reason why that's so good is it helps to protect the ankle. So we're using a bit of muscular engagement here. If you feel anything at all in your knees when you're like this, you can decrease the angle a little bit. Generally that helps. In other words, slide the left foot forward. Both fingertips, all sets of fingertips go beside your right knee. Bend the right knee slightly, inhale, lift the chest up. And as we exhale, fold forward. Crawl the hands forward. Again, hold the back of the calf muscle. You can use that as leverage to pull yourself forward, or crawl up your leg. And then potentially take that cross grip. So right hand on the inner arch, left hand on the outer arch. A little bit of pulling here, gently but consistently pull yourself forward. So you're finding that balance between effort and ease. Hopefully it feels nice and relaxing, but you're doing a little bit of work to pull forward. A few more breaths. One more full inhale. And exhale, slowly come back out. Nicely done. All right, roll onto your left hip. Left shin bone goes on the floor. Right hip can lift. Left hand goes behind you, left fingertips face back. Reach the right hand forward. Take your breath in. And as you breathe out, come up and reach back. How much distance can you create between your right fingertips and your right foot? Maybe right hand goes on the head and you start to bring the right elbow towards the back of the room. As you flex the right bicep, you open up the right tricep. It looks like you're posing a little bit, but it's really good for you. Take another breath in, and then breathe out slowly, come back down, put your bum down. Take both your hands down, take both your legs out, give your legs a little shake. Okay. You're also just shaking the legs out a tad. Now we are going to lie down in a moment, but before we lie down, we're going to practice something that's a little bit challenging, but it's worth giving it a go, a floating Dandasana. Because we've pressed from so many directions here. We've pressed forward, back, to the side in our modified wild thing. Now we're going to press down. This is really great for the shoulders, great for strengthening, and minimal risk with maximum benefit. So the first thing to do is bring your hands beside your hips. This is what really helps, is to bring your hands onto blocks. So if you have your 2 bricks, bring them either side, and you can put your hands onto your bricks. So if you have your bricks, use them, why not? And if it's too easy, you can always remove the bricks. So with the hands on your bricks or by your side, just in front of your hips, flex your toes. Keep the heels down, chest is lifted. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, just push into the floor and lift your bum off the floor. So pretty simple, holding it here. Now maybe a case your bum didn't come off the floor, but can it be really, really light? So as you push the floor down, how light could your backside be on the floor? It might be just barely hovering, and that's great. Keep pressing down, holding it here. You feel the power and strength in your shoulders. Maybe you lean forward slightly, press into the fingertips, take another breath in, and then breathe out, slowly come back down. Give your arms a little shake. It looks easy, but it's really not. So we're going to do that 2 more times, and potentially take 1 foot off the floor, take another foot, maybe take both feet. So 2 more rounds. Hands go by your side or on your bricks. Take a breath in, lift the chest, and then breathe out, lift the backside off the floor. Keep the left heel down, maybe lift the right heel. Flex the right toes. Take a breath in, put it down, keep your bum up, take an inhale. As you exhale, lift the left foot off the floor. Hold it there, keep pushing, take an inhale. Exhale, heel down, bum down. Give the arms a shake. You might feel jacked right now, like big muscles in your shoulders. This is so good. Okay, we're gonna do 1 more. Maybe both feet come off the floor, and it might be momentary, but give it a go. It's a good bit of fun as well. So again, hands on the bricks is a really great option, or hands by your side. But hands by your side, we need them slightly forward when you're pulling the hips back. So slightly forward of the hips. Take your inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lift the bum off the floor, maybe lift the legs. Hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, put it down. It's hard to do that and talk at the same time. Well done. I know how challenging that is. Okay, so flex your toes, come right to the edge of your mat, and it might be a case that, depending on what you've got behind you, I've got a bit of room here, but if you haven't got room behind you, take your arms back, then slide your heels right off the mat. Okay, lift the chest up, bring your arms forward. Keeping the arms long, keeping the chin tucked. In a moment, we're going to lie down, but we're going to try not to let our our upper back touch the floor, so our shoulders, all right? Then we're going to offer a couple of progressions. The good thing is, once you want to lie down, if you're like, you know what, sorry, I've had enough, just lie down, all right? Inhale, lift your chest, and as you exhale, roll yourself back. Lower back goes down, middle back, but not the upper back. Stay there. Maybe the hands are reaching forward now. Keep the chin tucked, it's a lot more comfortable for the neck. Potentially hands by your side if you need that. Keep the hands reaching forward, and then maybe we're going to stay here for 10 breaths, or lift one leg, maybe lift the other leg. So count your breaths. Just holding here, chin towards the chest. Last 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lie down. Reach your hands back. Take a big inhale, big stretch. Exhale for your mouth. Again, big inhale, big stretch. Let it go. Biggest inhale, biggest stretch your day. Let it out. Nicely done. Bring your hands by your side. Let the palms face down. Bring the soles of the feet onto the floor. Legs bent to a 90-degree angle. With the palms down, let the shoulders stay down. Now in a moment, we're going to lift our hips off the floor. But I'd like you to imagine that your spine is like a chain. And each vertebrae is a link in that chain. So we're going to lift it one vertebrae at a time. So press the lower back into the floor, tuck the tailbone slightly, squeeze the glutes, keep the feet down, keep the shoulders down, take a breath in. As we breathe out, peel the spine off the floor, the lower back, the middle back, upper back, right to the shoulders. Walk the shoulder blades together, and then maybe you interlace the fingers if that's accessible for you. Walk the shoulder blades towards each other. And then push the shins forward and puff your chest up. Lightly squeeze the glutes. Just finding some space in the front of the body. Taking a few more breaths here. Coming towards the end. One more full inhale. And then exhale, slowly release the hands, bring your backside all the way back onto the floor. Nicely done. Take the knees in towards the chest, hands on the shins, or if it's available to you, hug the knees in like you love your knees and lie back, hold on to opposite elbows. You can sway a little bit if you like. It can feel quite nice to massage the lower back into the floor. Just rocking a bit of side to side. Keep hold of the right knee. Sole the left foot on the floor, interlace the fingers and just slide the left heel away. So with the right knee hugging, keep the knee in using the left hand only. Bring the right arm in line with your shoulder. Palm down, or if you don't have space, you can cactus the arm. That can feel quite nice as well. Take a breath in there. And as you breathe out, use the left hand to take the right knee very gently across the body. You can let your right foot rest on the floor. If it doesn't go on the floor, that's okay, but try not to force anything. So the left hand is just resting now on the outside of the right knee. This means we're not forcing it down. We're just letting it rest there. And then maybe you turn your face towards the right. Feel free to close the eyes. All that lunging we were doing, all those muscles in the outer hip we were using, now we're stretching those muscles. Take another full inhale. And as you exhale, bring the knee back to the middle. Keep the right knee in, take the left knee in to join it. Hug the knees again. Give it a little squeeze. Keep hold of the left knee this time, put the right foot on the floor, interlace the fingers around the left knee, slide the right heel away. Hug the left knee in towards you. Take a moment. Keep hold
of that left knee with the right hand this time. Left hand goes in line with your shoulder, palm can face down, or cactus the arm, palm can face up. Take a breath in. Then as you breathe out, use the right hand, take the left knee across the body for a nice, gentle supine twist. So once again, use the right hand to help you reduce the torque. Just let it rest there, and then feel free to turn the face towards the left. Our neck is part of our spine, so allow the face to turn, and let each vertebrae, right from the neck all the way down to the tailbone, get a real gentle rotation as you just breathe. Another inhale. Exhale, take it back. Alright, taking both knees in towards the chest. Hug the knees in for the last time. Give them a little squeeze. And put the feet on the floor, both feet. Slide the feet away. Slide the arms away. Let yourself be really, really long. And as you stretch out, we're going to take a bit of a side bend to finish off. So, slide the heels over towards the right hand side. 1, 2. And then slide the arms and the hands over towards the right hand side. Very gently clasp on to your left wrist with your right hand. And let it rest there. And then maybe cross the left ankle over the right ankle. Your shoulders relaxed, slight bend in the elbows can feel quite nice. And just notice all the space you feel on the left hand side of the body. As you come really close towards Shavasana, you're beginning to let go, to release. Still breathing there. It's just a lot softer. Take another full breath in. And as you breathe out, release the wrist, uncross the ankles, slide heels to the left, slide your hands over to the left, banana asana. Cross right ankle over the left, maybe hold on to the right wrist with the left hand. And lightly pull yourself over towards the left. Again, eyes closing is a real nice option. You don't need your balance anymore. Let the shape find the space. All you're doing is enjoying the breath. One more full inhale. And as we exhale, release the wrist, uncross the ankles, find yourself in Shavasana. Hands by your side, let the palms face up. You have your blanket close by, so if you want to put the blanket over you, this can be a nice thing to do. In case you get a little bit chilly, just place the blanket over the vital organs where you tend to keep all your heat. Soften the shoulders. Let the eyeballs sink back into the sockets. And take a few moments here to do absolutely nothing. Whatever you did, whatever you didn't do, let it go. For the next few moments, there's nowhere you need to be. There's nothing you need to do. Give yourself some space. Relinquish control of your conscious breathing and allow yourself to rest in Shavasana.
Staying where you are. Notice the breath coming in and out through the nostrils. Begin to wiggle your toes. Rub the tips of your thumbs against your fingertips. And as if you were still in your bed, reach your arms back, take a nice big stretch. Then roll over onto your right hand side, use your right bicep as a pillow. Use both your hands to help. Come and sit in a way that's comfortable for you. At the back of the mat. You can use your brick, your block. Make yourself comfortable. As you sit here, close your eyes. Let your spine be long, sitting tall. And notice your breath. Notice how you feel. I'd like you to imagine and think of someone you're really, really grateful for. Choose the first person that comes to mind. This person is someone you would do anything for. This person is sitting right in front of you, just a couple of feet away, gazing back at you with affection and respect. This person is someone who taught you the meaning of love, or maybe they believed in you in a time when no one else would. As they gaze at you, blinking, breathing, radiate your gratitude towards this person. Surround him or her with your gratitude, as if it was your last chance to do so. As they look at you, they look at you in a way that acknowledges your eternal connection. They reach out their hand, rest it on your left shoulder, and they ask one thing from you before you leave this earth. And that is that one day you will affect someone with equal power. So that when they're asked to think of someone that they're really grateful for, without hesitating, they'll think of you. The next time you see this person, make sure you tell them that you love them. And bring your hands together. Your thumbs can rest against your chest. Keep that feeling, but let the vision evaporate. With thanks for you and for taking the time to practice with me. We can take the thumbs to our forehead. Namaste.